It's your boy Football Time. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. 5 big things that still won't be in Madden 26. Ooh, okay. This one's a harsh one. Damn. Still won't be in Madden. From the thumbnail that I did see, it looks like it said like 2001 Buccaneers. So I'm guessing like older teams still are not in the game. Cause I do know, was it Madden, not Madden 25 what we playing now. Madden 25, the 25th anniversary. They had all the old teams and stuff like you was able to play with them and play now. And I do know a lot of people, well, some people have voiced their opinions and actually want that in like the play nows and this and that. So I know that could be one. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the other ones. I haven't read people comments and stuff like that of, you know, things they want in the game. But I'm ready to hop into this. Hopefully you guys are ready to hop into this as well. Without further ado, let's jump right into this, baby. Let's go.
With Madden 26 just a week away, it's time to talk about 5 big features that will not be in the upcoming
It's
Madden.
crazy. It is a week away.
Because not everybody is up to date on every little thing that was added to the game and what wasn't added. So sometimes people get the game and they're surprised that certain features still aren't back in the game. Now I am happy to say over the 5+ years of making this video on this channel, a lot of the things that used to be in these videos are now back in the game. So we've crossed a lot of stuff off the list. Things like assistant coaches, things like the ability to create teams. And with this year's game,
Yeah,
like
that right there.
or
How long was Create Team out?
primetime games. Those are all things that were in these videos for years and they're now back in the game. So we got
Which is really great to see.
things to return to the game. Let's start with number 1, historic teams.
There we go, historic teams.
Over the last few years that I've seen grow more and more in terms of what people want to be brought back to the game. I'm seeing it in my comment sections a lot. I've seen it on social media a lot. And I think because some of the other big things that we used to complain about for years are now back in the game, this is one of those things that is now kind of taking priority in terms of what people want to see. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have every single player on the historic teams. I don't even really think that would be possible. That would be a licensing nightmare. However, if you can bring back some of those really historic teams like the Greatest Show on Turf Rams, for example, we don't need the entire team. I don't even think it would be possible, but you can have guys like Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, maybe a couple of the bigger name offensive linemen, but for the rest of the guys, you might have to just have generic players. Now, I don't really know exactly how they would work around this because you probably can't use same number and a player that looks similar to the guy.
Yeah, that's one of the big problems with like bringing like the historically like great teams and stuff. Even if you get like the big name players, which that's not a given either, because some of the big name players, they don't want to be in, they don't care about Madden. I know it's a shocker to us, but I mean they're getting up there in age. Like obviously maybe their grandson or, you know, people in their family are Madden fans or like to play the game, but for some of them, they like, okay, want me in a video game? I don't really want to do it. You know, but I might, and you know, so it could be that with, and like I said, I don't know like about the license issue when it comes to historic teams, because from my understanding, I know you can't use like the same number because some numbers are retired and some are like held to that organization. So the team also will have to sign off on a lot of stuff when it comes to this. So does the NFL because it's theirs. So it could be a conflict where EA is like, you know what, this is too much. And I know some of you guys are going back where they had it in the older Maddens, as you can see on your screen. But things change. How many years has it been? Things change a lot. And people want their money, you know? It used to be you just did it for the love of the game, but now it's like, nah. If you want me in this game, how much you paying? I need my money up front, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It would be cool. Definitely would be cool to play with the historic teams. But you know, maybe we'll get it down the line. Who knows?
that you're trying to replicate, because that's how they got sued with the NCAA games back in the day. So
Oh, that's right. They did get sued.
The 2K games with their historic teams, even though they're much smaller rosters, they don't even have every player on those teams as well. So I don't think the expectation is that we need everybody, but you just want most of the star players and then figure out how to make the generic players work. I think people would be a big fan of this coming back. And while it's not going to be in Madden 26, hopefully in the future they bring this back. Number 2, Stadium Creator. Now, last year
this one has been like a huge thing.
Team Builder, which in my opinion is much better than what the old Created Team used to be, because Team Builder allows you to upload your own logos and really customize the jerseys. You don't get to pick presets, you get to actually customize the stripes on your jerseys.
I never actually thought about that. That is
different colors.
like,
so I'm glad that we have
and people did not give EA credit for this at all.
That we did have back in the day was the ability to create stadiums. Now, yes, on the PS2 and even the early PS3, Xbox 360 days, the Stadium Creator wasn't anything that...
It was very limited, from my understanding.
Options for the time to at least satisfy our needs. Now, in the big 2025, the fact that we don't have a Stadium Creator in current Madden, to me, seems like a big miss, and we also don't have it in college football yet either. I do think this is a feature that's going to be coming back sooner than later. I think they've heard a lot of the noise around this. You can't give us something as awesome as Team Builder and not give us the ability to create a custom stadium. I mean, you could do this in other games like MLB The Show, for example. We need this in Madden. However, it's not going to be in Madden 26. We're going to continue on with the list, but really quickly, I want to shout out today's video sponsor, Underdog. If you like sports and you like...
Shout out to Underdog.
You gotta be on more positions in Superstar mode. This is one that has been on this list before.
I'm not going to lie to you. This is one that I want as well. Now, all granted, I mostly only play quarterback. I've played wide receiver is fun. For me, it's quarterback, running back, then wide receiver. But I would love to see, like, the kicker. I would love to play it. I think that would be, like, a cool thing, like, to play as a kicker. Come on now. So I do think expanding this out, maybe not all the positions like they used to have, but expand it a lot more. I would love to see that. I mean, you can't even play as a safety, so. Yeah, but I definitely agree with this. I think they should expand it more.
And unfortunately, it is still here, and the same does apply for Road to Glory in college football. We still have the same 5 positions that we've had for about 3 to 4 years now. I can't remember exactly when they last updated this, but we still only have the ability to be quarterback, running back, receiver, linebacker, or cornerback. The fact that we still don't have a safety or a tight end or an edge rusher position, to me, is kind of crazy. I mean, back on PS2, you could be literally anybody on the field. You could be the kicker. You could be the left guard. Now, personally, I'm just going to say I don't need all of that. I just would like to have a safety.
Yeah, because that is a lot.
Just the most popular positions, I think those should be there in both games, not just Madden. But however, they're not going to be in Madden 26. They really need to update this. It's been a long time. I know they're trying to make the mode better, and they're trying to do other things in the mode before they add more positions. But at the end of the day, I think what EA has to realize is that all the extra stuff you add to the mode is great. We want it to be more lifelike. We want to have more options. But at its core, what most people want is just to get on the field and play with a player. That is the number one thing people want. You can strip everything else back, but if you give people the ability to play a safety, there's a lot of people that would be much happier with a stripped back version, being able to be different positions, rather than a mode that has all these extra things that you're trying to add, but a lack of positions. The positions is the groundwork. You have to allow people to be some of these popular positions like a safety and an edge rusher and a tight end, because that's what people want to do.
Your workflow is important to us. Please wait indefinitely.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management.
And the other component to this is last year, EA removed the ability to play as a single player in franchise mode. So what a lot of people would do...
Oh, what?
Play as a safety or a tight end, for example, they would just do the play a player franchise mode.
You know, I actually had never thought about that, like doing it like that.
Or something like that. They've removed
They
that
took
from the
that
game
out?
because they want people to play Superstar mode, which that's
Okay,
fine. Superstar mode is
understandable.
better than doing a play.
I could definitely see that.
Just simply player locking onto a player and you get nothing extra. The issue
That is true.
if you want to play specific positions, those aren't available in Superstar mode. So there are people that would much rather play the franchise version that used to be in the game, even though there was no extras and it was just literally player locking and that was all you did. A lot of people, that's just what they want to do. Everything else is just extra for them. So you need to get that back into Superstar mode because there's so many other popular positions that people want to play. But unfortunately for now, this still will not be in Madden 26. Number 4, create a play. Now, this is something that was in Madden for a brief period back in the day, and it was kind of buggy.
It's not really for me.
Great, but this is something in the big 2025 that I think should be in the game, and I know that you run into the thing where maybe people will cheese it too much for online play. I think
Ain't no maybe in it, they are.
Feature that would be a start for like franchise mode, but I think what you do with a feature like this is you don't give people the ability to create their own routes because that was kind of buggy in the old system. I think you just give people access to a full route tree and let them create plays just like they would already on the field in an online game anyway, where you're hot routing everybody on the field. Let people create these plays without having to hot route everything every single time, because in real life these teams draw up any play they want as long as it's within the NFL rules. So I think give us the ability to have the entire route tree and the formations that are in the game and let us just cook on our own. But for now, this is still going to be absent from Madden. Number 5, the ability to customize contracts. This is one that has been on the list before, and this is still one of the few things for franchise mode that has not been changed in a while. They've done some stuff with contracts a few years ago where they made them a little more customizable, but you can't fully customize them the way people want. You can't front load, you can't back load. Heck, when you sign free agents, you pretty much only have one option as to how you can sign them. And I do think franchise mode has gotten a lot better over the last 5 years.
A lot.
Madden 19, Madden 20, Madden 21. We have a lot more in franchise now than we did then, which is great. But this
I didn't play Madden 19, but definitely a lot way more than Madden 20.
In the game going forward, but for now, it's not going to be in Madden 26. Now, speaking of franchise mode, this is the biggest.
Okay. The last two, I'm not like really like big on that. When like I'm a franchise mode guy, but I don't really get deep into stuff, you know. I kind of focus more so just on the team. And here and there, like, you know, obviously re-signing the bigger players and stuff, but I don't really like, I try not to get too much into it. Well, I try to get into it, but then again, it's just like, I don't really. But that doing playing as a player and then being able to like lock on to like pretty much any position, I never thought about that. I always play as a coach because I see, for me, when I'm in that mode, when I'm in franchise mode, I want to play, I want to be able to dictate my offense and defense. I want to play everything, you know what I mean? But when I'm playing superstar mode or face of the franchise, as it used to be called, I'm only focused on that one guy. I'm gonna be honest, I'm only focused on 9 times out of 10 the quarterback. But these right here are things I feel like could be in the next, especially the positions, adding more positions. I feel like that could be a big thing, especially in college, because two-way players, I mean, come on now, Travis Hunter, that would be cool to see. Yeah, so I really hope that they put some of these in there. Now, the stadium thing, I did not know it was in MLB, the show. It's pretty cool. But I think I've said this before. When it comes to like letting players do what they want, like just you give them a canvas and then they paint it, you get them select few people that go all over the board, and then EA gets in trouble, and now they gotta take away not only this feature, they gotta take away this feature because the other people are now going to that side and messing it up. So you get, yeah, we've seen that before. Okay, we know about that. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this reaction. Love you guys, and see you guys in the next one.